So there was something I did not understand here. So I was super impressed. And during that time, I just started to read the Quran. And to me, like, it was a changing point. A verse that just clicked. Something like changed inside of me. And, it's that verse that says, like, so he found you and guided you. He found you lost and guided you. And he showed you, like, something was missing in my life at the time, but I didn't know about it, But I found what was missing, and it was God. God was missing in my life. I never had a relationship with God before. And he found me lost and guided me. So, alhamdulillah. So here it is. My name is Mary. I'm from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So yeah, I'm Canadian on paper. Yeah, and I'm 29, and I converted to Islam when I was 17, 18-ish. So it's been a while already. And yeah, so I've heard that, a lot of people are asked, oh, did you convert for a man? Did you convert for love or something like that? I actually did not convert for a man. But a man was at my first question about Islam started when I met him. So yeah, but I did not convert for him. I really converted because it was what I wanted and it just felt right for me. So yeah, like I said, I am from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So I was born for my background, I was born in a Catholic family, but not really practicing. So my grandmother was going a lot in church before, but now for the past 20 years, I don't think she have gone to the church at all. Well, not very much. So that's pretty much it. So I've not been used to religion when I was young. My mom was not really telling me about God, but I know she believes in something, so she was telling me about life and power in life, and sometimes the law of attraction and things like that. So she's more of a spiritual person. So back when I met my now husband, but at the time I was young and careless, and if you told me that I would convert to Islam one day, I would laugh at your face really hard. So I met him, and to be honest, I didn't know much about Islam. I didn't know nothing about Islam, to be really honest. I knew it was one of the most important religion in the world, but like I didn't know like about the rules, the like the pillars and everything. I didn't know much about that, so it was all new for me. But I remember one day I saw him starting to pray. You know, it was the first time I saw him pray, and I was so like, I was intrigued by that. I saw him pray and I thought to myself, you know, what is it that makes him want to get up 5 times a day to do this ritual, you know, with all his heart every single time? Like, there must be something very, very important, very strong. So that was something I did not understand here. Also, couple of weeks later, there was the first Ramadan. So here again, I was so impressed by the determination. You know, for me it was like impossible to like not eat and not drink for a month. You know, it was like crazy. It was during the summer. It was super hot and like the days are long, so I was super impressed. And during that time, I just started to read the Quran. And to me, like, it was a changing point. I just started to to read the Quran, and the fact that at the beginning I was really, you know, trying to debunk Islam. Like, I didn't want to believe in Islam, you know. I was just trying to find like what was wrong with it, you know, so I can tell him, you know, why are you believing in something like that? So I started to read it with that idea in my heart. I was closed, you know. It was sad when I think about it. I'm like, oh. But Allah subhanallah wa ta'ala knew what he was doing with me. He knew what he was doing with me. By making me open this book, you know. So I kept reading, and I remember I was I was highlighting in the book because I bought only English French version. So I was like highlighting and putting post-it like, I don't like this part because it's violent, or I don't like this part because blah 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 about women, blah blah blah. But I didn't understand the context at that point, you know. And I was just really closed-minded. Until one point where things changed a little bit in my head. I started to enjoy reading it, you know, and I was reading it all the time. I was reading it at school. I was reading it like at night. I was reading it every single time I was opening the book. And I remember one night I was in my bed in my room, and I read a verse that just clicked. Something like changed inside of me. And you know, it's that verse that says like, so he found you and guided you, he found you lost and guided you, and he showed you like the light. And I remember that I was in my bed and I just started crying, and at that point I knew I knew that I was Muslim, you know. I knew that I was a believer. I knew that I could not go back. And I was super scared, super scared. Like, is my family going to think? Like, how am I going to do this? Like, so much question, you know. But I just went with it, you know. A couple of days later, I just took my shahada and I took it like alone, just in my room. And then I took it again in a mosque later. But, you know, this was the moment I'd really become Muslim for me. It was that night, you know. And I don't have like a date. Some people, you know, they have a date, like this is the date I became Muslim, blah blah blah. But I don't. I don't remember really the date, but I remember the moment, and that's what counts, I think. So now I've been Muslim for like 12 years, something like that. Alhamdulillah, it was the best decision for me because something was missing in my life at the time, but I didn't know about it, you know. But I found what was missing, and it was God. God was missing in my life. I never had a relationship with God before, and He found me lost and guided me. So, alhamdulillah. That's pretty much it.